Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and oh man, today we're lucky enough to have the guys from Superformance bring up not one, but two GT40s, Ford GTs. We've got the Mk1 here, and we're gonna get way into this one. I've learned so much just in the last few days on this car. So any of you wanting to call it a kit or a recreation or anything of that sort, you're about to learn a bunch. This first episode, we're gonna give you one of them, and then in the next episode, we're gonna give you another one. So all I can say is hold on, because here we go, man. Hey guys, this is Doug from Superformance. Doug's gonna walk us through this. This is not a recreation. This is not a kit car. This is a GT40.
It's a real new GT40.
So explain what that means, dude. Yeah. How is that possible? Because you make them currently.
Right. Everything we do at Superformance, this is what I love about our owner, Lance Stander. Everything he does, he won't do a car unless it's licensed by the original manufacturer. So like our Corvette Grand Sports are licensed by GM. All the Cobras and the Daytona Coupes are licensed by Shelby. We're the only ones that do a replica licensed by Shelby. And then the GT40s are very special because there's a company called Saffer, and they bought the rights and tooling from Ford for the GT40 back in the 70s. And we got the license from Saffer along with the original tooling to build the car. So this car is actually built off the original toolings and molds from the 1960s. So John Sadler, one of the owners of Saffer, considers this to be a real new GT40, not a continuation, not a replica, a real new GT40, and it's 80% interchangeable with the original car from the 60s, from the steel monocoque, the pressed steel roof, the fiberglass body panels. Everything is authentic to the original car. The only major changes we made for reliability and safety: shocks, springs, brakes. The fuel tanks, instead of rubber bladders that'll corrode and leak out,
for sure,
they're pressurized stainless steel. And then two 12-volt power ports, because Dan Gurney didn't have to charge his cell phone when he was going down the Mulsanne Straight. And then air conditioning. Hey, how about that?
Which is awesome. I read that it actually has AC, so you can enjoy the car in the summertime.
It makes it a usable street car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the motor's not a 289, which is what there was originally in the 64, 65, correct?
Yeah, and that's the other beauty of a Superformance car. No matter what car you get, is you can choose the powertrain. It comes all complete, painted, interior done. There's no kit here. It's a complete car, less drivetrain. We call it a complete rolling chassis.
Got it.
And you can pick whatever you want. So like in a Mk1 GT40, you could do an original 289 if you want to go original 289. You can do a 302, which is what they used in 68 and 69 in the Gulf livery car. So in the Mk1, you can put in any 302 or 351 Windsor-based engine.
Got it.
Or even now, as you'll see in the other car, a Coyote-based engine.
It's carbureted. It's not going to be fuel injected.
That's where they stayed authentic with it. So that 351 Windsor is hiding under 4 2-barrel Webers downdrafts. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys use Wilwood for brakes, is it?
Yes, we do. Wilwood brakes.
This is a great go-to.
Yeah, 4-piston Wilwoods, no power assist. There's none needed. The car's super light.
So it's manual brakes.
Manual brakes, manual steering. You don't need it.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. Awesome, man.
After you drive these cars that are so light with manual steering, you'll realize, I'm convinced power steering ruined cars. Ruin them.
Yeah.
They're a very immersive, interactive experience because cars nowadays have so many computers in them. The only computer in this car is here.
Yeah, this is totally raw, right? Like no ABS, I'd assume, no
ABS,
traction, none of the granny assists at all. Like you screw up and it's going to let you screw up.
Exactly.
This is going to be fun. Every little detail. You guys even did the dual fuel fillers.
Yep, 2 fuel tanks, 2 10.5-gallon tanks, just like the original car.
Right.
There is a crossover.
Are they on the sides?
Yeah. Actually, I'll show you the tank right here.
Sure.
And that's an access panel for the tank.
So the only things different are the couple of modern elements you added, like you said, for safety. Brakes, shocks, because this has coilovers, correct?
Correct.
And they're adjustable, I'd assume?
Adjustable ride height coilovers, Bilstein gas shocks, yeah.
Okay. And then the idea of the AC is great. I think it's also cool, something I was reading with you guys is like in this original GT40, you option it. You can sit on either side of the car if you want, and you can put the shifter on either side. I mean, which I like it on the, you know, because I'm such an original fan of the great story, that I liked the idea of sitting on the right side but having your shifter on the sill, so you're not now having to learn how to deal with shifting over here, which is a very different feel.
Yeah, and the original cars, the race cars, were all right-hand drive, right-hand shift, because they were racing at Le Mans and the pits were on the right-hand side. So for driver changes and things like that, safety, it was better to be sitting on the right, but they didn't want the drivers to have to shift with their left hand. So sill-mounted shifter, right-hand drive, but you know, for people that don't want to do that, then we can build them left-hand drive.
Yeah. And is it available with or without the gurney bubble?
Right. Gurney bubble is an option, so you can add that to your car. Like for my personal car, I didn't require a gurney bubble, but I put one on there just as a tribute to Dan.
Well, look, we could stand here and talk all day, but the truth is, like, I'm dying to, at the very least, sit in the passenger seat. My preference is sitting on the left side here and getting to drive
behind the wheel. Yeah, yeah. If we're gonna do this, we got to do this.
Dude, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here we go, you guys.
Which is more period correct to the car, because in 68 and 69, the Gulf livery, they were running straight 302s. So this is a 302 that's bored and stroked to 347.
Got it. What are we weighed in at here?
You're about 2,400 pounds. Just like the original GT40s, the monocoque is pressed steel.
That's right.
The roof here is pressed steel.
Right.
And then the front and rear clamshells are fiberglass.
Got it.
Just like they were back in 64,
That's how they
65,
did it then,
68, 69,
yeah.
Yeah, you get, it's very mechanical.
Oh, it's very mechanical. God, that sound, dude. Just that sound alone. I swear, I just want to drive around in first and second gear.
Yeah. Oh, this looks fun.
It's not quiet.
There we go.
Just beautiful, man. Boy, it just feels so good on the road.
Such a good chassis.
Wow.
And we're running the period correct 15-inch BRM wheels. You know, they're true knockoff wheels.
I've already mentioned it, you guys, probably 20 million times, is I'm such a lover of the story of Ford going after Ferrari, beating them. Actually, to say beating them is being kind. I mean, they seriously bitch slapped them with, you know, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, we're going to pull over and wait for the other guys to catch up so we can all cross the line together. That's how far out in front they were. That wasn't possible back then. I mean, Ferrari owned Le Mans. They dominated that. Oh, man, that sound, dude.
Common misconceptions about the GT40, though, from people who aren't familiar with the car. They're like, oh my god, it's so low, it's so uncomfortable. So let's talk about that. Like, how comfortable is it for you behind the wheel?
I could sit here all day long, honestly.
Yeah.
This seat's more comfortable than I gave it credit for.
I tell people this was designed for endurance racing. Drivers, to be fast, need to be comfortable in the car. It's a 200-mile-an-hour recliner. You're literally sitting back in this nice, comfortable recline position.
Sure.
My wife, when we go on trips in our GT40, will fall asleep in the passenger seat and just sit there nodded off, which really freaks people out on the highway because my car is right-hand drive.
Yeah,
so people will pass us and see her in what should be the driver's seat, passed out, and it's like, oh my god, hey, self-driving car, right?
That is so funny.
Or they'll see her texting with 2 hands and, you know, she'll get shamed.
Well, I've only dreamt about doing this for, I don't know, I'm 53. I've dreamt about this for about, 40 years or so now. I right, you guys, that's it for our shoot with the wonderful Superformance GT40 Mk1. I'm pretty close to speechless right now, and I think any of you guys that have followed the channel for a while, you know rarely am I speechless, but this car is everything you would expect it to be. It's extremely visceral, it's raw, it's what you want this car to be. So anyways, I hope you guys had a great time in this one. I gotta tell you, I had a blast. As always, I say thanks for hanging and watching and supporting what we're up to here, because I truly do appreciate it. And I'm gonna leave you with this in the background, because our next episode is gonna be this one. So stay tuned, man. All right, see you guys in the next episode. Later.